Heyo, you're looking at the setup for Zombicide First Edition, mission number 6, titled The Escape. You see a police car up on the top, you see the pimp mobile down below. The zombie spawns are in the red, and you see the survivors are gonna start, that's their starting point. And there's a blue damaged door and a green damaged door. Those doors are permanently damaged, cannot be closed or anything. And it's interesting that they put a spawn point here in this bathroom. So pretty, different. As I said, I'm going through each mission in the rule books all the way through till Undead or Alive happens in March. So there's your exit. And here's the zombies, and there's little Timmy waiting to join in on the fun. So survivors are Josh. He drew up the crowbar, and he will be the first player. Going by turn sequence, it's a little more challenging for solo play. Then my favorite, Ned, still my favorite. And I brought out Phil, and he has he automatically gets the pistol. And Phil's kind of neat because he has that range damage too. So no matter what range weapon, if it only has a 1 wound, it's actually a 2 wound. So that's pretty cool. And he drew up the fire axe. And then I brought Rick back because I abused him pretty bad in that last in mission 5. So he ended up with the pan, and Leah ended up with the pan. Neat thing is, Josh and Leah start off with slippery, and Rick has the steady hand, and then we already know Ned has that free search. So that's the survivors. Turn sequence will be going from left to right and so forth. So the objectives for mission 6: place up to 6 supply cards under the car tokens. The supply cards can be canned food, rice, or water cards. Get into as many cards as needed with the remaining survivors. Reach the exit zone with the survivors in the cars. A car that reaches this zone leaves the board with its occupants and the supplies it contains. Put aside the supply cards that made it off the board with the cars. You win if there are 6 or more. Special rules are: you cannot search the survivor starting zone. Okay. Placing supplies in a car at the cost of 1 action. A survivor can place or take 1 canned food, rice, or water card under a car token in the zone he currently occupies. You can use the cars, so we can actually drive the pimp mobile around. So driving in my 6th fault. I don't know if you guys don't remember NWA back in the day, but anyways. You can search a police car more than once, draw cards until you find a weapon, discard the other cards. And that's pretty much it. It's just that X that's right there by the spawn point, so that's going to be interesting. So, and then with the first edition rules, I am going to smash the door open and then draw cards for each room. Like second edition, it's where the dark rooms are. You draw how many zombies come out of that. So, gonna do that. And I think that's enough chin wagging. So let the games begin. Okay, end of round 1 was pretty dang basic. Obviously, I moved all 3. We used all 3 actions for survivors to move that way. Gone ahead, spawn, got nothing there. Over here, we ended up getting a sewer whatever card. So we had to spawn a zombie at sewer, which one spawns right smack dab in the middle. So we're gonna have to take care of that walker. And nothing happened there, and only 1 spawn here. That was pretty much it. So first round's always probably the most relaxing round because you're just taking a stroll, looking for what you need to look for. So, alrighty, off to round 2. Okay, round 2 is ended. We all got to the police car there. First we took care of the zombie there, and Ned was able to take care of that zombie. And then we all moved. Ned search ended up with a sawed off. And then Phil, he got over there, but he couldn't search. And then Rick headed over there, and well, no, take that back. Phil ended up getting an awe card and had to take care of a zombie that popped out, but he wasn't able to. He used all 3 of his actions. So Rick came over there, and he was able to use an action to search the car, and he had a pan. And of course, that didn't happen. So Leah ran over there, and it was her turn, and she got there, and she had an action to use, one action to go for that zombie. And she smacked that zombie with a 6, man. I mean, that was pretty cool. So that's the first time I think I ever killed a walker or whatever with a pan. So, and then went back to Josh, and Josh was able to get over there and search, and he ended up with with the bottle. Now I'm going by first edition here, where you have to get the bottle and the gasoline can, and to make the Molotov. Second edition, they just throw in the Molotov card and you find it, and voila. So, and zombies, I forgot to move the one zombie here, but I did during the process of spawning. We had one spawn there, 2 spawned it in here, and then we had 1 spawn here. So, all right, off to round 3. Alright, round 3 is over. Zombies, walkers have moved and spawned. It was wow in there. They all got to move over one. So now we got a horde over here. Searching. I didn't search the police car on this one because you're supposed to discard. You're supposed to search until you find a weapon. And I wasn't sure. What if I draw it and I end up finding one of the canned foods or waters or bag of rice in there? Does that get discarded or not? If you guys know or anything, let me know. So I played it safe, and we got into that one room and we did all our searching here. You may saw Leah when she was in there and there was a zombie in there. She had a pan and she failed, so I used her last action because she's slippery and had her move back out. So that's the advantage of the slippery. Pretty cool. Timmy obviously moved one over, so I'm gonna have to kite him somehow, have him chase us out somehow, or try to figure out how to work that. So over here, not much going on. We do have 2 runners now on the board. One runner's with Timmy, one runner spawned right here. Ned, Josh, when he searched in the room, he ended up getting a flashlight, and when it was Ned's turn, I immediately traded the flashlight, used one action and traded the flashlight to Ned so he could search twice. You know, he could draw twice in there. And so I thought that was pretty cool. He ended up with a bag of rice, so we do have a bag of rice. I gotta get that over to the police car, and that does take an action to put it in the police car. Phil's the one started us off, so in this game it's gonna be starting round 4. It's gonna be Rick. I need to get these guys some weapons here. I did trade the sawed off from Ned over to Rick, because Rick has steady hands, which means he can't, if he misses in a crowd with a survivor in there, his fellow survivor saved. So you notice I will not be putting too many noise tokens out because we're in a group here, so obviously most of the noise is going to be with the survivors, because survivors are considered 1 noise token each. So, and since we're grouped up, there's no sense of really putting out that many noise tokens. So the other thing is, you'll know, I kind of forget, is I don't count how many spaces for these walkers that much. I just move them towards the noise. But in first edition, you're supposed to split them if the same, if there's 2 routes this way or this way, and it ends up being the same, and there's only 1 there, that means you have to add an extra one to have 1 move this way and 1 move that way. I'm kind of iffy about that one. That's kind of like a homebrew here. I'm not sure. I think second edition did away with it. I'm not sure. Boy, I got second edition here, and believe me, guys, I'm itching to play that one. So I'm trying to be disciplined here and do this little journey I'm on and stick to it. So, alrighty, starting round 4 is going to be Rick, and let's see what happens. Into round 4. That didn't work out as planned whatsoever. I end up Rick and Phil are on the outside and they were shooting in. Um, was not good. Was not good. What was not good was not good. That's probably the worst time of rolling. Um, Rick started the round off and didn't get much at all shooting in there. I figured, with a sawed off, he'd get something. All he got was one off of that and nothing else. Um, then Leah whiffed on everything. Same with Josh, Ned, and Phil. I couldn't even use a search. I was hoping to clear that room out and we move and start kiting Timmy around. And couldn't do anything. All the zombies moved. Timmy's now in the room there. There's only one that has Slippery, or two of them that have Slippery in that room. That's Josh and Leah. I'm sure I could get them out of there. Ned's stuck. I'm not. This might be it for Ned. The runner was over here and advanced in there. His first move. Second move, I had to issue a wound to one of those three, and how I do is I roll it off, and the highest one or the lowest one gets the bite or whatever to hit, and that ended up being Leah. So Leah is now down to 2 wounds, or down to 2. So they all moved there. A couple another runner advance. So alrighty, round 5, guys. Alright, into round 5. Kind of things started to look up there a little bit. The rolls got a little bit better towards the end of it. Rick went off there and cleared most of that room up, but after the zombie phase where the zombies moved and stuff, the room filled up again, and Timmy took a bite of Ned, so Ned's down to 2 wounds. Luckily with the abomination, it's only 1 wound. He only gives out 1 wound, so that's kind of nice. And of course Rick and Phil were on the outside there shooting in there, and yeah, so in the zombie spawn, we got a runner coming up our way there. Leah and Josh are not in the car. That's just where they're at. So had another fatty spawn over here and a fatty spawn over here, so it filled them up over on this side. I did have Josh trade with Ned for the bag of rice because I didn't think Ned was going to survive that. So we saved the supply card. So Josh is going to have to use one action to place it in the car, and then go from there. So Phil did search the police car, ended up with a katana. So I placed that over the fire axe, and Leah did search the police car and ended up with a baseball bat. Yeah, I threw a baseball bat in this one. So that might be helpful because that's the 1 die, but it's a 3+. So let's hope that helps out. Alrighty, starting this one off, we're back to Josh. So this is the beginning of round 6, starting off here. So let's see what happens. interesting. We all knew Ned is dead. Abomination took care of him. It's always Ned. Josh was able to get one step out. We're all hightailing it. Phil and Leah are inside the car. Leah did search the police car and found a sawed-off, which I'm going to trade to Rick here, so he'll have dual wield. The walkers have moved. We do have a runner on top of the car with one walker. We are now in the yellow. Rick has hit the yellow and he's at 8 points. So now we spawned 4 walkers there, 4 walkers there, and 2 runners there. So this is looking pretty nasty here. We are going to use the car here. I decided to just go one zone up instead of try to run one over because of the spawn here. I was afraid of what was going to happen. So I also had to wait for the others to show up. So, you know, get Rick in the car and see what happens here. So Josh has slippery, so I'm not too worried about that. So, alrighty, off to round 7. Pretty cool. It gave us some space there to get away from the Timmy. I used a car. I had Rick drive. Had Rick first in there, and then I used an action to have him move back seat. Get had Phil in there first, and I had Phil move to the back seat, and then I got Rick in the front, and Rick just tore it up. With a car, you could go 1 to 3 zones. And then you roll a die for each zombie in that zone. So if there's 2 zombies in one zone, you roll 2 dice. 4 zombies in that zone, you roll 4 dice. You know, so on. So it was pretty awesome. The rolls were good. Ran over quite a bit of zombies, and Rick's points have just jumped up big time. Well, it's just he's in the yellow, but he's getting close to orange. So the spawns are going to be more. So, and then I had Leah jump out of the car and had her take on 2 zombies that were there, and she did that. She had the katana and sliced them both in one turn. That was awesome. So we got a little bit of a horde going on right here. Can't use the car to kill the Abomination or the Fatty, so let's see what goes on here. Also, we did use an action to put the bag of rice in that car, so I'm just gonna leave the supplies that we got. I'm gonna put them over here, and that'll remind me how many we need. We need 5 more. Problem is we haven't been able to get into the rooms now. The neat thing is it's all cleared out, so to get in here and search would be nice. So, but we got Timmy coming from this way, and we got the horde coming in this way. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, if I should avoid it, which would be dumb, because I learned that if you keep avoiding the zombies, more and more show up. So we'll see how we do this. So, alrighty. cool, man. Got a little strategy going on here. This is end of round 8. I'm sure if you saw from the little play, I'm gonna try to draw them over here, and I'm gonna try coming up this way and break through the doors here and start doing the searching. It worked out all right. We lucked out on the spawns here. 4 walkers only spawned there, so no fatties, so that's gonna help us out. I'm hoping the die roll treats us well here, and I'll get Phil back in the car. Starting off round 9 is going to be Leah, and she's slippery, so I can use that action to get her out. I may have her fight once and then get her out, and because if she kills one, then she's in the yellow and she gets that extra action. That's going to help out. So got all the zombies going this way. I had these here go this way because of the noise marker I had, and then these guys all line of sight with Leah, so I have them going this way. Finally, the past 2 rounds, runners have been spawned here, and now it's just 3 walkers. But this is the last 3 rounds. It's been 4 walkers coming out of this one. Just walker galore like crazy. Timmy did move up one, so I'm not too worried about him. We got a good distance there between us. So I hope round 9 treats us well, and then we could get back to work in the rooms here and find the supply cards. They said 150 minutes on this one. They're not messing around. It's pretty close. So if you guys are still here watching or whatever, comment below of what you guys would do, or if you have any questions or anything like that. So I'd appreciate it. Off to round 9. End of round 9. First off, Rick just abused the zombies, driving over here and running them all down and stuff, and that put him in the orange. So when it came to the spawn, oh my gosh, it's the orange spawn. We had 6 spawn here, 4 spawned over here, fatty and 2 walkers here, 2 fatties with, that means 4 walkers with them. So it just got pretty crowded in no time. Timmy is sneaking on up. Gonna get Leah in the car, and we're gonna run these suckers over here. So it's only, you're allowed to use that car from 1 to 3 zones per action. So, and there was a horrible roll on one of those. He rolled nothing but 1s, 2s, and 3s, and you're supposed to have 4 to 5 and 6s to hit. So I'd like to get there and get this out of the way in round 10 and start clearing this out before the fatties get in here, because we won't be able to run those fatties over. And then ditch the car and start doing our searches here and get the supply cards. And then hopefully come over here to a pimp mobile and take this out. We'll see what happens. I need to get 5 supply cards. So, wow, that was pretty cool. Josh did finally get sawed off searching the police car. Phil, nothing special happened with Phil, and everyone else is fine. Phil did finally get into the yellow. The only one that's in the blue now is Josh. So we're moving right along. So we each got, except Josh, got 4 actions now instead of 3. And getting to Rick, he has a +1 now to his dice roll for range. So I roll the range and I add a 1 to it. So that might be pretty helpful. So, alrighty, let's go to round 10 and see what happens.